Guys, today we've got Yu-Gi-Oh! And Nike doing something crazy. August is still cooking. We got Tokyo 5s this month, and Yeezy just dropped over 100 items, one of them being a Yeezy slide for $20. Welcome to Sneaky Sunday. We got some cool stuff to get into today, but let's start off with a quick release recap. The first one being Nike Sneakers Day apparently happened. So there was kind of restocks around the world, bunch of different locations. So for you guys out in the US, you guys had, I think, like a week full of restocks. The last one though was on the 8th, which is Nike Sneakers Day. Apparently they do something, but it's always underwhelming. Black Metallic 5s apparently dropped, the Soul Jordan 3s, the Swarovski Crystal Jordan 1s, and the Brick 4s didn't, but maybe they'll come later down the line, I'm not entirely sure. Now the UK also had a little, I guess, exclusive access shock drop where the Travis Scott medium olives, the Soul Jordan 3s, the Ma Manieres, and the Brick 4s. Now I thought this was potentially all cap. One guy actually managed to check out on the medium olives. It was just through the Nike Sneakers app, exclusive access only. That's a pretty insane drop and a pretty big W if you managed to get any of these from the restock. Let me know what you picked up if you did, and how did it release out in the US? Was it also exclusive access? Be keen to hear your thoughts down below. Another random one, but also pretty funny at the same time. Subway released Timberland cleats for actually playing golf in, like literally based off of Happy Gilmore. So it's just a modified pair of Timberlands. I assume just some custom and not potentially like a proper collaboration where they're completely remaking the Timberland. But you got the Happy Gilmore branding, and obviously they've retooled the outsole, so you have the spikes on there. The issue is these things cost $450. Now, I assume it's still available through the Subway app, probably just for you guys out in the US. Pretty random one, but it's kind of cool. But let's talk about this Yeezy drop. It is absolutely massive. I counted 113 items that they loaded up to the website. This was completely out of nowhere. It's a brand new website as well, where you now have women's clothing, so an entire women's line. Look at all of the stuff that they're doing here, and also an entire men's line. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's some crazy new pieces. Now this comes after the last one getting taken down. Shopify literally removed the Yeezy store because of the items that they were loading up. I'm not going to get into all of that. It was crazy. But there's a lot of really interesting stuff. Like now, not everything is $20. So for example, you've got this leather looking jacket, which is actually $60. Now I assume this is not real leather. It's probably just some kind of polyester faux leather material, but it's interesting to say the least. You've got some other like sweatshirts and quarter zips for $40. You've got some windbreakers and nylon based materials for $40. You've got all the regular stuff that you would usually find on a Yeezy website, like t-shirts and shorts and hoodies and sweatpants and stuff like that. So you've now got some new items like these shorts, which almost look like jean shorts or like some kind of canvas material. That's $20. You got nylon pants. This looks like some kind of canvas or denim jeans, something like that. You now even have accessories like a cap for $20, sunglasses for $20. These things look like the Yeezy Gap shades, and then these sunglasses as well for $20. I mean, that's pretty wild. You also got a waterproof backpack for $40. It's got everything intact. But the most interesting has to be the shoes. So you've got the Yeezy sock pod things for $20. You've got the foam slipper things, and then you've got the SL02, which was thought to be the bully sneaker, but it looks like it's just made of foam now, according to the images. So it looks very similar to the slippers, but just a little bit of a different shape. But by far the most interesting has to be the Yeezy slide. They called it YS01, $20. And if you look at the shape and everything, it is identical to the Adidas Yeezy slides. The only difference is that it doesn't have the Adidas branding on the footbed, which is what we know to be like the regular Yeezy slides. Now, it is kind of important to mention this is not just like Yeezy dropping a random silhouette that they did with the Adidas collaboration, because I think this is the only shoe out of the entire collab with Adidas that Ye actually owns the patent for. So I believe it's completely legal for him to be selling this. As far as I'm aware, I mean, I don't know what's going on in the background. I don't know if Adidas is going to come after him or what, but these things are available for $20. In the women's section, they get some even more interesting silhouettes in the footwear department, like these heels. Look at that shape. It's crazy. It looks like they're made out of foam. Similar thing over here. This looks like some kind of slide or slipper type thing with a heel. This one looks even crazier. At $60 for this stuff is crazy. You even got some boots for the ladies for $100. Now, here's the thing. All of this is is available with a massive caution because, first of all, they still haven't shipped out a lot of the orders from the original drop. And something that's a little bit worrying is, if you remember from one of the last drop, is they loaded up a pair of boots, which they now don't have on the website. So what happens to all the people that ordered those boots? Do they exist? Are they just never gonna get what they paid for? Like, those original orders were made like back in January and people still have not received them. There was also a lot of people talking about how they were struggling to actually buy stuff on the website. So they were saying that it wasn't checking out and there was a bunch of errors. I'm assuming a lot of people are making orders. If that's the case, the website is probably overwhelmed. I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but there's a huge asterisk behind ordering any of this stuff because it's probably going to take a very long time to ship. It does say on the checkout page of the website that clothing will ship within 4 to 6 weeks and footwear will ship within 6 to 13 weeks. But of course, as you know, they did have shipping like time frames on the last website, which they completely blew past and have not stuck to. So there's that. All of this is interesting to say the least. New pieces, new prices, all extremely affordable for like what it is, especially considering it's kind of like a celebrity brand. But I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comment section. Would you risk it and make an order? Let me know down in the comments. Right, moving on to some releases that are right around the corner. First one kind of came out of nowhere, but on August the 10th, we're going to be getting a release of the Nike G.T Future. This is a very highly anticipated upcoming basketball sneaker from Nike. You know, it's kind of like the futuristic foamposite. Now, this is going to be an early launch, so there's only 300 pairs of this orange one that's going to be available. This is kind of like the launch colorway, so they're really drip feeding people with this sneaker. Bunch of promo images making these things look really sick. I mean, I love the look of them. I think these things look so good, especially in this orange color. So it's got a little description here of how to get this pair of shoes if you do really want them early. It's in New York, I think 5 p.m. local time. Visitors in Victory Park can scan QR codes around the park for a chance to pre-order the sneaker. Again, only 300 pairs, but this is supposed to get a wider launch later down the line this fall. So I assume most people are just gonna wait. $200 for these things. Let me know what you think down in the comments. We also got another colorway which is going to be dropping next year, and apparently it's a PJ Tucker collaboration, or PE. This silver surfer vibe, not too much to go off of, but it's gonna kind of look like this. I assume metallic silver, multicolor, black, and hyper pink according to the color code. And I'm sure it's gonna have some kind of PJ Tucker type things on it, but we don't have any images of that. Summer 2026. August 14th, we're gonna be getting a Nike AirTech Challenge 2, the Pixel Court colorway. This one is returning. Here's some images of, I believe this is the original, or is this must be the new one. I'm pretty sure most of the colorways of the Tech Challenge were like completely sold out beforehand, and this is a really clean colorway. So these are probably gonna fly as well. Either way, if you like them, they should be dropping through the Nike Sneakers app on August 14th. August 16th, as we know, we're gonna be getting the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low Better With Time, and I thought this little promo looked cool. So retail is $165, and I think the video that I really wanted to show you was this one, where Nigel Sylvester was handing out these things early to McDonald's employees. So the story behind this is that he used to work at McDonald's and is now has like a collaboration with Jordan Brand and is able to just give back to McDonald's employees. This is really, really cool to see. It looks like if you were Nigel Sylvester, this would be such a fun thing to be able to do. Like if you worked at McDonald's and now you've made it and you're able to give back, like it's a full circle moment, and it's just a cool video to see. Either way, these things are going to be limited, hard to get, and are dropping August 16th. So if you want a pair, fingers crossed, hope you can get them. We now have all of the release details for the highly anticipated Awake New York Air Jordan 5 drop, the two different colorways, the black and the pink. So here's everything you need to know. Now, there was some people talking about that it's not confirmed that there's 7,000 pairs. Well, it is. There is definitely 7,000 pairs of the pink or the bubblegum colorway. So that is something to keep in mind. They're very limited and they're all going to be numbered from 0001 to 7,000. Now, the Racer Blue colorway is not as limited, but still, I mean, still ridiculously limited. 13,000 pairs total. Now, those ones do not have like the embroidery theory of the like number on the reverse of the tongue like the pink one does. So here's how you can get them. So the first one that's going to drop is going to be both of them at the same time, which we previously didn't know about. So both of them going to be dropping via an EQL online raffle on Sunday, August 17th. Now that's going to be through Awake New York's website. They'll load up an EQL raffle. Now there's also going to be an additional EQL raffle for just the pink pair, and that's just going to be for in-store pickups, kind of like what we saw with the Undefeated Fours, and that's going to be taking place the next day on August the 18th. Now the black pair only is going to have another launch on August the 30th via the Nike sneakers app and some select retailers. Again, 13,000 pairs worldwide. They are a myth. Hardly anybody is going to touch these things. So pink pair is exclusive to Awake New York. The only way you would be able to get your hands on that is if you enter the EQL raffle, cross your fingers, and just hope. So there you have it, 230 bucks for these things. Let me know what you think, and if you had to pick one, which one are you going with? Even if you're not interested in the shoe, just let me know. You like the pink or the black? Because I'm going pink. Right, we got some details on the Air Jordan 5 Tokyo, probably the next massive retro to drop this year. So the main release is still taking place on September 27th. Now that's going to be through the Nike sneakers app, like the full global launch, the big rollout, everything like that. However, there is going to be an early exclusive drop just in Japan, just in Tokyo. So that's actually happening this month. So that's going to be taking place on August the 23rd. I'm not entirely sure what the stock split on that is, like how limited they're going to be out in Tokyo, but I guess it kind of makes sense that they're doing this. So when I first saw this story, I thought that they were literally only going to release in Japan and that was it. So thankfully, they're still getting a global release. That is good to hear. But yeah, September 27th for the US, the rest of the world. Fingers crossed on these. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Are you going for these? Sticking with fives, we've got the Luminous green colorway dropping August 30th. That is this month. We now have official images of these things looking real good. I mean, we saw the early like on foot shots making them look a little bit strange, but like for a luminous green colorway, these are pretty muted and very wearable. It looks like the entire upper is leather instead of nubuck. Now I cannot confirm that because it's still pretty hard to see from these images, but like if you take a look at this toe box, it looks like leather. Am I wrong? It also looks like leather because of all of like the cuts that you can see. You can see like the grain. Could be wrong about that, but that's what it looks like. And if that's the case, this looks like it's going to be a really solid pair of fives in terms of materials and colorway, to be honest. These things look really good. Unfortunately, these are just going to be in a woman's size run, so they're not going to be like full extended, or maybe they will. That'll be a shocker, but probably just women's size run. And they're going to be dropping on August 30th. Let me know what you think down in the comments, but let's keep it moving. Moving to September now, we just got a release date for the highly anticipated Shai 001 Butter colorway, the Converse Shai collaboration or signature sneaker model that has people going crazy. These things are going to retail for $130, which I didn't really expect. That's not bad for what this sneaker looks like. I was assuming it was going to be more than that, like 150 up. So the official release date for these is September the 4th. Now, obviously, because Nike owns Converse, they're going to have a Nike sneakers release as well as a Converse.com drop. Probably other retailers as well, but we'll have to wait and see. I do imagine they make these things limited. Like they've been teasing them for so long. It would be pretty strange if they just drop them in like just unlimited quantity. So I imagine they're going to keep it pretty limited, at least for this colorway. Either way, we've been talking about these things for so long. So there's your little update, but let's keep it moving. We just got first looks at the upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh! Nike collaboration. So as we know, as we've spoken about, it's going to be on the Air Max 95. So if we scroll down over here, you can see this is what it's going to look like. So some very interesting little updates on this. One of the most interesting is the little tag. You've got Air Muscle instead of Air Max. It looks like these are going to be the regular Air unit. I mean, it's hard to tell from this image, but it looks like it's just going to be the regular, not the big bubble version. You can also see it's going to come with like Yu-Gi-Oh! On the insoles, or at least some kind of like print on there, and then it's also going to come in a completely custom box. Now, we previously saw that there was going to be some like trading cards in there in the box as well, but I don't think we've seen any like actual images of that, at least not here. I think it was at some kind of event that we saw that. Apparently there's going to be a full collection, potentially some clothing or some accessories, or maybe even more sneakers involved in this release, but it's expected to drop September the 12th through Nike, and that's probably going to be through Dot Swoosh. Sticking with Nike, we just got some first looks at some upcoming Lego sets. So as of right now, we've seen the Air Max sneakers, the DNs, we've seen the Dunks, and then we saw one Dunk set. But now we got some more. So this is the first one, which is pretty interesting. Another pair of Dunks. This time you've got like a hooded up Lego guy, which is dunking. You still have like a backboard and everything. This one's actually pretty cool. I mean, it's a dunk low. Maybe people will prefer that to the highs. This one's not as many pieces. I think, what was the other one? Like, was it 1,800 or something ridiculous? This one is only 454 pieces, so a little bit less challenging to put together. And then we're also going to be getting this one of somebody dunking, and they've got Nike shoes on. You can't really tell what model that is, and that is 809 pieces. I prefer the dunk one, but this one's still pretty cool. Expected to release in September, so as soon as we get an update on that, I'll let you guys know. But let me know what you think about the entire Lego Nike collaboration so far. Do you think it's hitting or missing? Sheesh, we finally got some actual looks of the Ma Maniere Air Jordan 6, which I think was like originally supposed to drop like in June or something. I don't know where that information came from, but it's now going to be dropping in December. $225 for these, and let me show you the first look. So apparently December 5th is the exact release date, and this is what they look like. So very Ma Maniere. They've kept it pretty much identical in color to the like latest Jordan 4s, that kind of like slightly pinkish tan color. And you've got some sail accents, some black. You've still got some of that maroon or burgundy color on, like, you know, the accent pieces. Quilted sock liner to be expected. This one's also got the raw edge to it, similar to the 4s. Here's some more shots of it. I actually like the look of these a lot. Like, the color goes really well on a pair of 6s. It's not bad. Is it anything like super exciting? I don't really think so. This is probably not one that I'm gonna be like breaking my neck over trying to get my hands on it. But there you go, December 5th for these things. Let me know what you think down in the comments. This one's pretty interesting. Nike is really trying to go hard with the Kobe brand. So not only did they just do Protro Air Forces, a bunch of them, but we're also going to be getting Protro Dunks. So this is going to be a 2026 release. We don't really have too much information, just the fact that it's going to be some kind of Protro. So they're going to upgrade some aspect of this sneaker. It's not just going to be a regular pair of Dunks. Now this is the speculated color, or a mock-up based off of that, which is some kind of like light blue tealish color with the purple and the sail midsole. Now I imagine they do a similar thing to the Air Forces, where they have like a React drop-in insole or something like that, just to make it an easier process. But that is pretty much all we have. So apparently these are going to drop summer 2026 between April and June. I'm sure we're going to get a lot more information before then, and when we do, I'll let you know. Couple full releases. First one, the New Balance 2000 Triple Black, a murdered out New Balance 2000, looking pretty good. So these are going to be an October drop. I definitely do prefer having the midsole highlighted in some kind of accent color. So like the metallic black ones that they did, it was like blue, because these little absorb pods look really cool, and I like it when colors kind of accentuate that. Either way, this one's obviously just solid black. This is a phenomenal model, so if you like this colorway, highly recommend. These are going to be dropping October for 170 bucks. Jordan Brand is going to be dropping a city boot, a giant full pair of leather boots, or at least that's what it looks like. A little combination of leather and suede or nubuck. Not bad, honestly. It's just usually something that you would see from Nike and not Jordan, so it's a little bit interesting. Jordan as a brand has really been branching out of the basketball space. Like, they've been dropping skate shoes, casual shoes. I guess it's not necessarily anything new, but a boot that definitely isn't for hooping is pretty interesting, to say the least. These do look pretty good though, not gonna lie. Either way, these should be dropping this full season sometime during the holiday time frame, I guess. That's all we have. Another holiday drop, the PSG Air Jordan 5 Off Noir. These are official images. These things are looking good. I like this colorway. I like the materials. Look at these things, man. So you've got like custom little insoles. It looks like they're using this satiny material in a lot of different places. So like the sock liner, that's going to be that silky satin material. material. You got different satin hits on the upper as well. The rest of it is like this fabric. You've got some suede that looks to have the PSG like branding embossed into it. Those are the custom insoles, and this is the box. Very premium looking, I will say. Nice pair, not bad at all. No exact release date as of right now. Again, just sometime during the holiday season. We also just got some official images of the Air Jordan 3 Family Affair releasing October 25th. Interesting. I mean, it's not entirely sure what the whole Family Affair naming is about, but apparently it takes inspiration from deep-rooted tradition of generational hunting trips. Okay, how does that tie into Jordan Brand and the Jordan 3? Not entirely sure. Either way, here's some official images of, I believe, a kids pair. Obviously, this is coming in a full family size run. Family Affair, and it just looks to be like a greenish pair of 3, so nothing too exciting. October 25th, if you like them. Adidas going crazy. They're dropping a pair of square-toed dress shoes. Yes, so I mean, god, these brands really find crazy ways to just reinvent whatever they're doing. So the Forum model, which is a basketball shoe, and then they've stuck it on this crazy midsole, which has like this kind of accentuated heel area. It's all over leather, and then it's got this squared off toe with 2 little metal pieces in there, which I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but it's strange. I don't know. It could kind of look cool. I mean, I'm not the right person to ask. Honestly, I don't wear dress shoes, but I could definitely see someone making a pretty cool outfit with this. It's just why? There's a little bit of shock value to it, I guess. Interesting, 3 different colorways, black, cream, and blue. I gotta know from you guys, would you wear these things? You going for Adidas dress shoes? This is interesting. Yeah, this article says that they're copying Martine Rose, the shocks that they did with Nike. That makes a little bit more sense. Either way, full 2025. Let me know, would you wear these? Sticking with Adidas though, this one's wild. So apparently the Mexican authorities are accusing Adidas of cultural appropriation over their new Willy Chavaria collaboration. So Willy Chavaria and Adidas have been pumping out a bunch of different, sneaker models and stuff like that, but this is the one that caught the Mexican government's attention. So this is the Adidas shoe up top, and then this is a traditional piece of footwear in Mexico. Oaxaca slip-on, I think is how you say it. It's a traditional Mexican sandals, and the governor Solomon Jara accused Adidas. He made a whole video. He posted this on X saying that it's cultural appropriation. I don't know if he necessarily asked for anything, but he has a quote here saying the culture of indigenous peoples and communities is not a resource that can be exploited. Culture is not for sale. It's respected. Now, important to note, Willy Chavaria is Mexican, I think, or at least has Mexican heritage. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense that he would draw from that in a collaboration, unless I'm completely missing something. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Is this cultural appropriation? And finally, as a little weekly tradition, we're gonna be rating what you have been wearing. So, like we've been doing for the past 2 or 3 weeks now, I put a little story up on Instagram asking what you guys have on feet, and now I'm going to rate it. Again, if you haven't been taking part in this, do so, because I post like these little stories every Saturday, and I just say what you got on feet. So I'm just gonna go through, scroll, see what you guys got on feet. Yo, no way. Carson, you legend. He's got on the Crocs Krispy Kreme collaboration. I just ordered mine. They came in yesterday, but I haven't opened them up yet, so I'm gonna probably open them up on camera for a video. But you know what, bro? For chucking those things on immediately, you're getting an 11 out of 10. I freaking love these things. That is so dope. You threw them straight on feet. Yes, I know people are gonna hate on that, but 11 out of 10. Well done. That is a fire choice for a piece of footwear right there. Damn, Diego with the Yeezy 950s. That's a little throwback pair. I'm gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10. Yep, more feet pick as per usual. We get that every single weekend. Yes, sir. We got a Kuma with the XLG runner. These things are all blacked out. I don't know if I've seen that colorway, but it looks like reflective laces. Sick pair, 8.5 out of 10. We got Zuzissimo already rocking the Jordan 40s in the cinema. I wonder what he's there to watch, but they actually look dope with shorts. Yeah, this is a clean, like, casual pair of, like, performance basketball shoes. I actually watched Weapons the other day. That's a solid movie. 8 out of 10 for the movie and 8.5 out of 10 for the Jordan 40s. Damn, what the hell is this? Parker with some kind of mummy looking bejeweled slip-on shoes. That is wild. They got like freaking gems, infinity stones in there. What the hell? 4 out of 10. A little bit strange. Kind of cool. Ain't no way. Luminous got on with, I believe this is the Peely Fortnite collab with Adidas. I didn't know anybody actually bought these things. That is crazy work. He's got them on with like the shorts and you can't see any sock. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna have to go in on you here too. That is pretty cooked. Woo, this is an underrated one. I don't know how to say your name. Ejugdang? Either way, he's got on the El Grito 5s looking crispy. That's a very underrated pair of 5s. Those are dope. Wish they dropped here in the UK. All right, let's go for one more mythical pull. Let's go completely blind. What we got? Okay, this got to be one of the craziest ones I've seen. The Rare Airs mismatched. Akbar is rocking the 4s and the 3s Rare Airs at the same damn time. Surely that's not great for your feet. Like, surely there's like differences in that, maybe even like height a little bit. You're gonna create some kind of hip imbalance. Damn, I don't know if that's cool or not. I just don't think. You know what? Rare Airs are crazy enough as is. I'm gonna give you a 5 because that is very, very ambitious, but a crazy combination. But there you have it. That is all of the ones we're gonna go through. We could do this for so long. It's so fun doing that every week. And if you want it to continue, let me know down in the comment section. If you want to participate, make sure you follow me on IG and take part in the next one. But that wraps it up for this week's Sneaky Sunday. Don't forget we do this every single Sunday. So if you want to stay in the loop with all of the latest updates, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out that video in the top left-hand corner. It's a banger.